Hello and welcome to another update video about DOT. Here on the Polkadot chart, I'm tracking the potential of a corrective rally. Here on the smaller time frame, I haven't got it fully labeled, but the idea is it would be a corrective bounce. On our long-term chart, which we can take a quick look at, you will see why I'm labeling that as a corrective rally. I'm very open to a more bullish interpretation, but the strong decline that we had here from the December high is a 5-wave move. It could be yellow wave 1 to the downside. And if we're now forming, let's say, an ABC corrective rally, it might be wave 2. The resistance area to watch is between $5.31 and $8.84. Honestly, without getting a break above $8.84, there is nothing that would tell me that something more bullish is unfolding. So that is going to be the main resistance area we're watching here, okay, for yellow wave 2. Any break above is needed to suggest, yeah, it's something more bullish, but even then it might not be much more bullish. So we might then maybe get to the upper boundary line of that range here around $11.20 or so in a wider wave 2 in the white scenario, which is just a more complex A, B, C corrective rally. But the real risk is that we already completed this wave 2 in December, and that this is a 1-2 setup. You know, I would maybe be a bit more optimistic had we not broken below the August 24 low here in April. Ultimately, not much has happened, but it's a 5-wave move down, a break below all these previous lows. I have to consider the yellow scenario as a primary if I want it or not, and we have to pay close attention to this resistance zone, $5.31, $6.16, $7.15, $8.84 over the coming weeks. Yeah. We'll see if we get there. For now, the last micro support zone I communicated, it is being respected here, or it was respected, so we're moving up in an ABC structure. I communicated that, I think, in one of the recent updates in our member area. Micro support here was between $3.36 and $3.58, and I've added earlier today already the target zone for that C wave. So again, tracking a corrective rally. That's why I'm tracking this as an ABC structure, which could, however, be part of a larger A wave. Then we get a B wave and a C wave. And, you know, had the first move up here been an impulse, I might be a bit more optimistic. Bear in mind, A waves can also be 5-wave movements, but it's not impulsive. So that A wave could turn into a diagonal pattern, maybe. It doesn't matter in the short term. First of all, let's see if we can get to that resistance area or that target area for the C wave. If the C wave stretches to $4.34, that's the 138% extension, it might even turn into a diagonal pattern eventually, which would look like that. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, before we start the B wave. But really, it wouldn't change structure. It would rather be a little bit more bullish and just add weight to my perspective that we're moving a bit higher here. But at any juncture, what we need to do, we need to add support levels, Fibonacci support, so that we can help or that we can track the move to the upside, the corrective rally. And as we then get into this resistance area, which I highlighted, and we can add to the shorter time frame chart as well, then this is where we have to start to be extremely cautious. And you see here, just this ABC structure alone might already take us there. So this is something I'm going to track over the coming weeks. I think we might stretch to that first blue target zone there, and then once we're there, I can add support for the yellow B wave pullback. That's the update about DOT. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye bye.